Welcome back to the mud shop. I know it's been a while. Uh, been some health issues and then COVID and just whatever going on, but I wanted to share the kiln opening with you. This is the first time I fired the kiln since June, but this is the glaze fire. Some pieces in here belong to my daughter, but I wanted to share what I've got in here. And the kiln has cooled to 90 degrees. I'm just now opening it. I have not opened it before. Let's see. Start off with the witness cones. I fired the cone 5 with a 20-minute hold. I did a 30-minute preheat on the front end to make sure everything is dry and ready to go. Good cone 4, good cone 5, and a little above. So cone 6 has started to melt. So you can see that. I do keep these and compare them each time, so that I know how the kiln is firing. It took 10 hours and 11 minutes to fire. That's with the hold on both ends, so that's my average. Let's see, I want to start out with this bowl. This was a refire. I had questions on it because they saw that I had stilts under it. I did that because I glazed both sides of the bowl, and I did not want it to stick to the shelf for sure. So I stuck them on here. And yes, as long as you completely support it, you notice I had 2 stilts, and so the whole bottom of it was supported, and I will file down these little points where the metal touched it. But this will go on a plate stand at Easter as a decoration. Flip it over, you can serve potato salad at your Easter dinner or whatever you want to put in your bowl. This is the peacock glazing. This was a refire. I thought that Colors for Earth would not stick to the shelf. I was mistaken. So first time I fired it flat on the shelf. It did stick in just a couple places. So what I did, I ground those back down, smoothed them out, reglazed it, and put a little clear over it. So this is covered in clear. It is the Colors for Earth, and then clear glaze on top, speedball clear. And then I fired it on the stilts, and there you go. That one is done. These are the first of my garden worms. I did fire them on bed of nails. The hats and faces and hair were all glazed in stroke and coat colors. If I use speedball under glaze, I did put clear over the top. So I laid them on my bed of nails. I have several of these. It's called Bed of Nails. Search for it online. You can find them just about anywhere. And they're perfect because you can lay them on here. But they turned out great. You can see the little, here they are, the little garden worms. That's 2 of them. I have several more that need to be glazed. And I think there were 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them in this firing. Now, some of your bed of nails are shaped different. I fire a lot of small pieces, jewelry pieces, candy canes I make, all kind of stuff. So I have several of these, and I just put them side by side and lay my stuff on them. So here's the rest of my bed of nails. I keep them in my bin out here with my stilts. So here's the little garden worms. They just stick down in your little flower pot. Here's all different kinds. She's got hair. Here's this one. He just got him a little hat. And here's the little baby one with a toboggan. So that's the garden worms. Ta-da! All right, let me get this shelf off here. This also is a refire. The Colors for Earth were really, really dark, and the colors that I put on the inside had burned out, so I reglazed the inside. I did put a lighter color on this blue, but it did not work. It did not show up. It's still the dark, so I'm not sure how I feel about this bowl. This is the second fire for this bowl. I'll keep it for me. I'll just call it my ugly bowl. All right, my posts out. And this is a square bottom tumbler, square bottom, just a little glass to drink out of. To be honest, as far as colors, I can't tell you exact colors because I glazed these way back in June. So I'll have to go back through and look at my notes, and whenever I post pictures, I'll make a note of what they are on my pictures. But this is a little footed. You can either use it as a tumbler or a little vase or whatever you want. But I just put feet on that one. All right. This is a salt pig. This also was a refire. I put snow on top of this to lighten it up some, and it's still really dark, but it has a matching spoon. You put your salt in it, set it beside your stove, and you just dip your salt when you're cooking. It's called a salt pig, even though it's not shaped like a pig. Oink oink, he's a pig, but this is called a salt pig. And a flower bowl. So that turned out really pretty. This is pink opal, Mako's pink opal on this, and it turned out real good. I've tried some other pinks that kind of washed out. This did hold its true pink, so I like that. And this is supposed to be a wasabi green for leaves, and so that turned out pretty. All right, the rest of the pieces, here's the top, that base. Here's the base with the top with the flower frog on, that goes on top. You put your flower stems through the holes, and you can arrange your flowers and they stay in place. All right, these pieces are my daughter's. She has a rabbit carved on each one of her pieces. This is a paper towel holder. You stand the paper towels up on it and pull it through the little slit. And a little bowl. And I'll have to check with her what color she did these. Oh, these are pretty. She has a different style. She throws hers on a kick wheel. She has a little bit different style than mine. You can tell the mugs are a little different. Looks like she's got most of hers in the same color scheme. She did a little ball things on the handle of different color. And one more piece, and this one's a little different color. She did the blue. That's pretty. One shelf done. Questions have arisen about where you fire large platters. I put mine on the bottom where I keep grog. A lot of people that say don't fire on the bottom of the kiln. They're not exactly on the bottom. I have 1-inch spacers to keep off the kiln floor. But that's where my bigger pieces always go. And they've been fine so far. Alright, blue speck and the pink opal. That's what this is. And this was a refire. This was one that I did. This is actually was a pink, and that's what color the whole bowl came out. So I did the pink opal on top of it and refired it. That's my little rose. You see the rose carved on it? And I'm thinking this may be ancient copper. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. No, it's not. This was Mako Shino in the middle and blue speckle. On that side. All right. This was a refire also. I had used Speedball underglaze and it looked kind of whitewashed to me. It wasn't a good color, so I reglazed cobalt over it. And now the snowman in the middle is hand painted. And this one didn't turn out as good as I had hoped. The red glaze kind of obscured the print on the decal. So here we go. Next shelf. All right. I have a big baking dish, and this one is ancient copper around the edges, and it's hard to see in this lighting, but it is a copper, shiny copper color. And get the light on it just right. You can see. And texture turquoise in the middle. But now this is a brown clay. This is the 112 standard speckled brown. It's got so that way it withstands the heat better to bake in. So you can bake in the oven in this, and I hear it still popping. You see the texture on it. It's a pretty good sized bowl. You can see it's pretty deep. And these pieces also are my daughter's. She's got the little knob handles on them. Her little soup mugs. That's a pretty combination, colors. Take up these posts. Most of this fire was refire and just cleaning up some pieces that I've had here for months waiting to be fired. The last couple times I fired, run a glaze fire, I had a few pieces that didn't fit, and so they stack over on the shelf. My shelf is now empty and ready to go again. All right. Alright, these two are the other pieces that were refired that go with the little plate. This is a set of 3 bowls, and I just did the cobalt over it and refired it. Alright, and the last 2 pieces, one is my daughter's, and then one small little flower that I did, the lavender, and this is her other bowl. Okay, and that is it for today. Get these posts out. Lock it. And that is it. And I thank you for joining me today. I'll try to give you a glimpse of everything here. I just stacked it on the table kind of haphazardly. But there's the baking dish and the flour and different things they've got here. Oh, this is okay. And I thank you for joining me in the mud shop. Look up some of my other videos, like and share, subscribe, and that way you'll know when I have another video up. Thank you for joining me in the mud shop. Bye.